The Thunder's net rating with Nick Collison on the floor is 12.3 points better than it is without him. And I want to get to that immediately because all this data now available that probably wasn't when you first started really helps your case as an NBA player because a lot of the stuff you do doesn't show up in traditional sort of box scores. How happy are you about all this new information being available? You and probably your agent as well.
Yeah, well, it's a good thing. I think people are getting a little smarter and realizing there's more to the game than just the traditional stats. Because you're right, you know, my 4 points, 4 rebounds doesn't say a lot to other people who don't understand that stuff. But I think what I try to do on the court is just find a way to help out. In the defensive end, I'm trying to find where's the problem at, what can I do to maybe take care of a problem. In the offensive end, how can we make the offense run smoother? And, you know, if I get open for a shot, I'm going to take it, and hopefully it goes in.
You guys are 15-4 as we stand here today. How surprised are you at that record going back to the preseason when you didn't know what you were going to get out of Russell Westbrook or where he would be physically when he came back from the knee injury?
Well, we had a lot of faith in our guys. We thought that we were going to have a good year. I know there's a lot of things in the media questioning what we had, but I think we knew that if we showed up, we were engaged in a lot of these games, we're going to be able to defend, and I think that's carried us, and we've been able to win a lot of games here early.
I'll go back, Nick, to the first point that Matt made about the contributions that you make to a team, because there are a lot of guys who don't understand that, and I think it not only takes a certain player to do what it is that you do and have done for the length of your career, but it takes a certain type of mentality and character. When was it that you felt like, you know what, in order for me to stay in this league and stay productive, that you're going to have to sacrifice what it is that you know as a player you've always done? Be a great scorer. Go to Kansas and be a scholarship athlete. Make it to the league. All the glory about scoring, and now, you know, you do the dirty work.
Yeah, well, I think for me, I was injured my rookie year when Brent was there. He was a great influence for me, too.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
In so many ways.
This is very
a lot
true.
of reading books, I know, yeah.
No, but he was okay. But anyway, I think for me, I dealt with that as a rookie, so I already was dealing with a little bit of adversity as a basketball player. And then when I came back the next year, just didn't feel real comfortable scoring the ball. It was a combination of getting used to the NBA and the size and the athleticism of the guys, which is a huge difference from college. And then just kind of a little bit of rust was on my game. So I just tried to figure out ways to get on the court. And I knew if I defended well, if I set screens for Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis, you know, those were the things that Coach McMillan really liked at the time. And I felt like if I could do those things, if the unit I was in played well, he's going to keep me in longer. And I think it's just kind of my career has kind of just gone in that direction. And I think you can create a lot of value for yourself as a player by doing some of those things, because like I said, the coaches, you know, if you're in the game and you increase the lead, your unit gets in on the bench and you can increase the lead 6, 8 points, they're going to let you play longer, and then all of a sudden they're going to see, well, this guy's pretty valuable to what we do. So that's the way I look at it. And it's actually, Coach Brooks says it all the time, the hardest thing to do in the league is to play well. The easiest thing to do is to play hard. And I think if you can just come in every day and just make sure that you're going to always have effort, concentration, there'll be a place for you in the league.
Do you feel any added pressure? Because playing with KD, he had 36 last night. Russell comes back, he's explosive. And then when those two guys are playing well, then we look at the stat sheet, we look, okay, Nick Collison's 2 of 5. Since Russell Westbrook's second year, you've only, I think, 8 times taken 10 shots.
Right.
The next game you might take 1 shot. And we say the bench hasn't showed up. Is that added pressure knowing that you don't know at any given night how many shots you're going to get, knowing that these two guys, they're the breadwinners?
Yeah, I think it's about your mindset then. I think what you got to do is, I tell young guys all the time, is don't get caught up in making shots or missing shots. Don't let that make you feel like you played well or didn't play well. Think about, was I in the right place? Did I do what I was supposed to do? I mean, because once you shoot the ball, you can't do anything about it, right? All you can try to do is make it. So I think it is hard because, like I was telling you earlier, you might get 1 jump shot. You might not shoot a jump shot, period, for 2 or 3 games, at least for me. You know, I might get layups or whatever. So it gets a little harder to shoot it with confidence, but it's just something that you adjust to. And, you know, you work on shots. I try to change my routine a little bit where I might take 1 shot in a place, another shot in a place, instead of, like, shooting 10 at a time. And it's just, you try to come up with different ways to be a little more efficient with your game.
You hear the conversation all the time. You mentioned the media. That's us. That's us.
Oh, yeah.
Preseason, talking about the Thunder and what's right, what may not be right. The ongoing conversation is who's the third scorer, who's the third big gun without James Harden, since James Harden, and now no longer Kevin Martin. Internally, does that seem like a thing to you, or is it, on different nights? Obviously, Reggie Jackson has been a scorer for you guys. Serge Ibaka has been a scorer for you guys on occasion. Does it matter?
Well, we like to think about how we're doing collectively as a unit. And, of course, when we had James, he could do things that most guys in the league can't do. And he's gone now, so we don't necessarily say, well, we have to replace that, because now our guys can do that. So we think more of collectively how we're playing. And with us, I've never, our problems usually aren't personnel-based. We have a lot of talent. I feel like we've had a lot of talent, for the last 4 or 5 years. We always have 2 all-stars. Most teams in the league would love to have 2 guys like Kevin Russell. So for us, it's how are we playing, how are we executing, how are we defending. I think those are the things we focus on as a team, the things we practice, the things we talk about. And we want to collectively as a unit become a better team.